Hello all, welcome to engineering lectures. As a part of series of lectures, we are discussing about the subject reinforced concrete structures. So already we have discussed about the course content and introduction to RCC. So in this video we are going to discuss about the importance of reinforcement, concrete and their properties. So in RC structures, reinforcement and concrete plays a prominent role. These two plays a prominent role. So it is very much important for us to know about reinforcement, concrete and their behaviors, how they behave. So first of all, we'll see what is reinforcement. So reinforcement is often known as rebar. It is also called as rebar. These are essentially used in tension zones. Especially in flexural members of concrete. So this figure you can see, this is a flexural member. So this is a beam. So whatever the axis you are able to see here, this is called neutral axis. This axis is called neutral axis. And when we apply the load here you can see, when we apply the load, what will happen? Automatically this beam will bend. So when the beam is bending, here you can see the compression force is acting at top, tension force is acting at bottom. Why it is happening like this? Because the beam is bending. So at top zone it is getting compressed, at bottom zone it is getting expanded. So whatever the forces are acting, these two are differentiated based on this neutral axis. So above neutral axis compression forces will be acting, below neutral axis tension forces will be acting. So this neutral axis will be exactly at the half of the depth. So this will be exactly at the half of the depth. So to prevent this kind of tension failures in RC structures, so we will be providing the reinforcement. This is the main reason of providing the reinforcement. Now let's see the significance or functions of steel. So to resist the bending tension in flexural members like slabs, beams, walls, etc., we will be providing the reinforcement. Second one is to increase the load carrying capacity of a member. So load carrying capacity can be increased by providing the steel in the member. Next point is to resist the diagonal tension due to shear. So in RC structures, so shear will be acting. So to prevent this kind of failures, shear failures, we will be providing the reinforcement. Now let's see the types of reinforcement and IS codes. So these are four important types of reinforcement. So first one is mild steels. For this we will use the IS code book IS 432 part 1. And second type is HYSD bars. For this the code book is IS 1786. And third one is steel wire fabric. For this one IS code book followed is IS 1566. And for structural steel we will follow IS 800 code book. So these are the important types of reinforcement and IS codes. Now let's see the grades of steel. So FE 250, FE 415, FE 500 and FE 550. So these are the different grades of steel bars. So FE 250 is nothing but this is mild steel, and for this one the code book used is IS 432 part 1, and these are plain bars. Now coming to these three different grades of steel, these are HYSD bars. This comes under HYSD bars. HYSD is nothing but high yield strength deformed bars. Okay. So these are the important grades of steel. Now modulus of elasticity of steel. What is modulus of elasticity of steel? This is nothing but this is the ratio of stress and strain. So this is the ratio of stress and strain of steel. It is denoted by ES and units are Newton per mm square. So modulus of elasticity of steel is denoted by ES and units are Newton per mm square. So these are the values of elasticity of steel. So ES is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. This is the modulus of elasticity of steel in Newton per mm square. And if we write this in kilonewton per mm square, it is 200 kilonewton per mm square. Now let's see the unit weight of steel. So unit weight of steel is equal to 7850 kg per meter cube. In kg per meter cube it is 7850. in kilonewton per meter cube it is 78.5 kilonewton per meter cube. So this is also very much important. So weight of bar per meter length. How to find the weight of a bar per meter length? So this is the formula to find out the weight of bar per meter length in kgs. So weight of bar per meter is equal to pi square by 162.2. This is the formula used to find out the weight of bar in kgs. So where pi is equal to dia in mm, dia of bar in mm. So this is the table showing the weight of different diameters of bars. So 8 mm, 12, 16, 20, 25. For these diameters, these are the weights based on this formula. Now let's see what is concrete. So concrete is a construction material and it is composed of materials like cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate. Additional to this one, we will add water. So it's a combination of cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and water. These are mixed with water which hardens with time. When we add water to this mixture, what will happen? Based on time, it gets hardened, right? So in this image you can see this is cement, sand, aggregates, fly ash, admixture and water. This is concrete, and we should note that due to chemical interaction between cement and water, a solid mass is formed. That means the main interaction in concrete takes place between cement and water. So remaining two are filler materials. Fine aggregates and coarse aggregates are filler materials. Actual interaction takes place between water and cement. Now let's see the important stages of concrete. So there are mainly three important stages of concrete. First one is plastic stage. So plastic stage of concrete is that stage where the concrete can be easily mixed, transported, placed and compacted. So this is nothing but freshly mixed concrete. Second one is setting stage of concrete. The action of changing mixed concrete from fluid state to solid state is called setting stage, and the setting time of cement is same as setting time of concrete. So this is nothing but this is the stage where the concrete is changing its state from fluid to solid. Third stage is hardening stage. Hardening of concrete is the stage when the mixture gains the strength or the development of strength. So mainly after second stage the concrete will start hardening, right? So according to the time it starts hardening. So these are the three important stages of concrete. Now let's see the properties of concrete. So important properties of concrete are as follows. First one is compressive strength, second one is tensile strength, third one is modulus of elasticity of concrete, and fourth one is shrinkage, fifth one is creep, sixth one is workability, and seventh one is durability, and eighth one is unit weight. So these are the important properties of concrete which we need to know. Let's see first one, compressive strength of concrete. So the compressive strength of concrete or the characteristic compressive strength of concrete can be known as per Indian standards by testing a cube of 150 mm size after curing for 28 days. So this is nothing but strength of concrete. To know the strength of concrete according to Indian standard, we have to cast a cube of 150 mm and we need to cure it for 28 days. After curing for 28 days, we have to undergo the testing, the compression testing machine. So by using this machine, we will be testing the cube like this. So this is the mold of 15 centimeter and this is the cube. And according to ACI standards, use cylinder of diameter 150 mm and height 300 mm. So according to ACI, we will follow these dimensions. And it is denoted by FCK and units are Newton per mm square. For compressive strength of concrete, it is denoted by FCK and units are Newton per mm square. Note, not more than 5% of test results are expected to fail. When we test a cube under this compression testing machine after curing for 28 days, 95% test results are positive and around 5% test results will fail. That means 95% strength will be gained after curing for 28 days. Now let's see second one, tensile strength of concrete. So in general, tensile strength denotes the ability of the element to withstand the tensile forces. Tensile strength is nothing but which can withstand the tensile forces which are acting on concrete. So it is very low for concrete and it is negligible. So this is the test of tensile strength of concrete. It is denoted by FCR. It is denoted by FCR and the units are Newton per mm square. Formula for tensile strength of concrete is FCR is equal to 0.7 into root over FCK Newton per mm square. So this is the formula which we use to find out the tensile strength of the concrete. Now let's see third one, modulus of elasticity of concrete. Modulus of elasticity is nothing but this is the ratio of stress and strain. Modulus of elasticity of concrete is defined as the ratio of stress to the corresponding strain. It is mainly for computation of deflections. It is denoted by EC and units are Newton per mm square. As per Indian standard, IS 456 modulus of elasticity of concrete can be calculated using the following expression. So modulus of elasticity of concrete can be calculated by using this formula. EC is equal to 5000 root over FCK Newton per mm square. So this is the formula used to find out the modulus of elasticity of concrete. Now let's see shrinkage. So shrinkage is a property defined as the decrease in a volume of concrete during the process of curing and hardening. It's nothing but the decrease in the volume of concrete during the process of curing and hardening, or contraction of structural element due to loss of moisture. So when the moisture is lost, this type of shrinkage will occur. So here in the figure you can see the shrinkage cracks are formed. So after casting, what will happen? Due to loss of moisture, this type of cracks will be formed. As per IS 456, the approximate value of the total shrinkage strain of concrete is taken as 0.0003. As per IS 456, the shrinkage value is 0.0003. Now let's see the creep. It is termed as plastic deformation under constant loads is called creep. So it is nothing but the constant loads. When the constant loads are acting, so the deformation may take place in concrete. Or creep can be defined as the elastic and long-term deformation of concrete under continuous loads. So as per IS 456-2000, it is advisable to determine the actual creep strain likely to take place. So these are the creep values at different days, like 7 days, 28 days and 1 year. So these are the creep coefficients we will take for calculation purpose. Workability. What is workability? Workability is the property of freshly mixed concrete which determines the ease and homogeneity with which it can be mixed, transported, placed and compacted. So this is the property of a freshly mixed concrete with which it can be easily mixed, transported, placed and compacted. So a good and workable concrete doesn't show any segregation or bleeding. Segregation and bleeding means segregation is nothing but separation of materials. Bleeding is nothing but the water which arises on the freshly mixed concrete. So here you can see this is the slump cone test which is done for knowing the workability of the concrete. So there are 4 different types of results like true slump, zero slump, collapsed slump and shear slump. So if we do this test, we will be getting 4 different types of results. So based on the result, we can know the workability of the concrete. So factors which affect the workability of the concrete. So concrete workability can be affected by these different factors. First one is water cement ratio. If the water cement ratio is not proper, then the workability can be affected. Second one is mixed proportions of concrete. So mixed proportions should be followed properly. Third one is size of aggregates. Fourth one is shape of aggregates. Fifth one is grading of aggregates. Sixth one is surface texture of aggregates. And seventh one is use of admixtures in concrete. So these are all important factors which affect the workability of the concrete, which will spoil the workability. Now let's see the durability of concrete. So durability of the concrete may be defined as the ability of a concrete to resist the different conditions throughout the lifespan, like weathering actions, chemical attack and abrasion. So it is nothing but the concrete is exposed to environmental conditions, and concrete should be resisting that different environmental conditions. Now let's see the unit weight of concrete. It is also known as the density of materials. As per IS 456-2000, unit weight of concrete is as below. So PCC is 24 kilonewton per meter cube or 2400 kg per meter cube, and RCC is 25 kilonewton per meter cube or 2500 kg per meter cube. So this is the density of concrete. It is also called as unit weight. So this is the topic for today. I hope you understood this. If you like the video, hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, do subscribe. Thanks for watching.